me. I want that person.
It's a real good story.
Yes.
No, I'm glad he lived. But the award.
Good point.
I'm switching my answer now. There we go.
I was gonna say you want it because you're so sweet in it.
Travis.
There's a semi. Game on.
Hi, and you know what? There is a game on right now.
Yes.
Right? Does it say that? Hey,
There-
Paul. Yeah, so welcome to the Squad Pod. It is May. I can't believe it.
Already?
I know. This year is flying by. Not that I'm complaining at all. Paul, we're doing good. How are you? Glad
Oh.
you're here.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes. Before we get started, we always like to remind you where you can find us, where you can follow us, where you can see all of our past episodes, watch us live on YouTube at Bougie Sports. You can see us there. And Paul's actually watching through and commenting through X at all of our handles, but also at the Real Squad Pod at Bougie Sports. We're all there. Bougiesports.net is our website that Yvette has done a fantastic job putting together, and you can see all kinds of great content there. I don't think I've missed anywhere. Facebook, Bougie Sports, we're there as well. Good grief.
Everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. How are you? It's been a little over a month, hasn't it?
It has. It's been close to it. It's been really good. Very exciting. The Cavs. Whoa, we're watching them right now. Kind of.
They're
Yeah.
winning, but they could be winning by more.
What's the score right now?
It's 48-38 right now. And I'm just taking a look at the box score because I believe there's a few things that they can improve in. Looks like the Pacers are on a 13-4 run right now. And it looks like we're having issues with a lot of things. I mean, turnovers are a big thing right now. I just think they need to simmer down, calm down.
Thank you. Yes.
Get to business and get back to basics. What got them there? I mean, it's like they forgot. And
I agree.
I'm so disappointed right now, but I'm hoping that we can have a new generation of a 3-1 comeback team.
We have the people to do it.
We do.
We have the people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of doing it. But I know I was the other night too, I was watching and I'm like, guys, like I just wanted to scream because I'm like, slow down. Just like you're saying, just kind of they're rushing, like run the clock, take your time. What are you doing?
And Mobley has butterfingers right now for some reason.
Oh no. Well, the other night.
Yes, that was the other night. Yes.
I was like, is there olive oil on that friggin' ball? Nobody could hold that ball. Did you notice that on the Cavs? The Pacers were having a great time holding on to it, but we were having a terrible. It was just slipping through everybody's fingers. I'm like, what is on that damn ball?
Yeah, they are not. They are not. Yeah, it's not good. Not good.
Oh, hi, John. So tonight, obviously we're just chatting about the Cavs here for a little bit. We do have a great guest coming on tonight, Hayden Grove. I think, he needs not much of an introduction, but we'll obviously give him one when he arrives. But, this is what Lysandra and I always say is probably one of the most important podcasts we do all year. We always like to bring a spotlight to mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I didn't even know that this is Mental Health Awareness Week. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I thought it was a whole freaking month too.
Okay, so mental health has a dedicated week and a month.
And it's the same time. It's all in May. So
I didn't know that. I thought it was a month thing, but okay.
Right. So we will dive into that a little bit. And, Lysandra is going to keep a good eye on your questions and comments later as, Hayden comes on and starts to tell his story and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, John. It's crazy. So, anyway, I'm nervous right now, but I can't have that game on right now while I'm trying to do this because I will never.
I'm going to put this up here because I made it. And I figure while we're talking about the Cavs, we can have a little bit of Cavs playing in the background. I made this when I had a pretty firm belief that we're going to the finals. And now it's a very shaky time. But I can tell you I'm grateful that Mitchell is back.
Yeah.
I can't say so much about the Celtics. That was a very terrible injury for Tatum. You know, as much as we don't like him as a Celtic, you never wish that on anybody. So I wish the best to him.
No. Okay, do you remember the game? I think the Pacers were the Pacers here? Oh, I can't remember. But do you remember when Halliburton did something with his wrist?
Yeah.
And he was like, he was going like this, and I was thinking, oh, go out, But then I also found myself thinking, wait, I just want you to have like an urgent care injury.
Right.
I don't want you to have a career-ending injury, right?
Or a season or a series-ending injury. We want to, honestly, I want a fair game, but at the same time, I'm not going to wish injury on anybody. That's just not good in general. Makes you a bad person for one. And two, that's just bad karma. I don't know.
It is. I don't want anybody. I'm still coming off of an Achilles injury and nothing like what he just suffered. So I know it's taken me 7 months to get to here.
Yeah. One of my coworkers, she is into basketball. And, we have like the sponsorship with the Nuggets. And she happened to be at Ball Arena and she was playing a pickup game on the court. She snapped her Achilles.
God.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't even think about that. That just makes me cringe. And we have a quarterback on our team that had that happen to him too.
Yeah, it doesn't. And when it happens in real time, it doesn't even look like anything happens initially. But as soon as they panned in and zoomed in and showed the replay, I was like, that looks like an Achilles. So, but again, wish him the best. Very grateful that Mitchell was able to come back from his little issue with his ankle last game. And seems to be doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, he seems to be moving okay. I think they say it was sprained. So I don't know. Did you shoot him up with some kind of,
probably cortisone or something?
Yeah, cortisone. I was going to say a steroid cortisone, same thing in the ankle joint and just get you through. Here's a bunch of ibuprofen. Go.
Yeah.
Ice, go.
I'm sure these guys have some of the best in the business.
That's
rehabbing them.
I was so perplexed with Darius Garland's toe. And now he's not appearing to be well.
No, it looks like he aggravated again today during the game. And
I missed it. Really?
See, a big toe injury. I've actually injured my big toe playing. And it's painful as much as it's, when people say, oh, it's just a toe, but especially when it's a big toe, the big toe especially plays a huge part in how you plant your foot and also how explosive you are. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way, like as a runner, I'm trying to think, I don't think I could run. Yeah. The toes. Yeah. I don't think I could run with any form of toe injury. Like, I say to myself, well, if I was in the NBA and it's the finals, would I tape those suckers up or whatever? I don't know. But they haven't really said exactly what his injury is.
I think it's probably something to like a sprain or something like turf toe or something. Because it's like, I would say, I don't necessarily know what turf toe is, but I would imagine it's like jamming your toe.
Ew.
Doesn't feel good though.
No,
Indiana is within 4 points with 2 minutes to go before the half, and I'm dying.
Me too. I don't like this at all, and that's why I can't have it on because I'd be too emotional, and I can't see it.
So, little tidbit here.
Okay.
my husband's now in Cleveland, while I'm waiting to move out there.
Mm-hmm.
The last game, of course, that the Cavs lost, putting them down to 3-1. He says he gets up in the morning and he hears a neighbor, because he's staying at one of our friends' house. He hears a neighbor, "God damn Cavs," like yelling out on the street. And he was cracking up. And I was just like, yeah, we are a sports town. Yes, welcome to Cleveland.
That's how we roll.
Yes. He's like, God, it's Monday and the Cavs lost. God damn it. Like, he was just going off. I was like, that sounds like something I would probably do, because I really was that angry that last game. And it looks as though if they keep playing like crap, then I'm going to be angry again here, because Halliburton just hit a 3 to put them within 1. So,
yeah, if they lose this,
deep breaths.
This is it, guys. If they
we might need this mental health episode.
We're here for you.
We're here for you.
Just like I said, you can have it on, just turn it down when we get into the guts of everything. And you might need us tonight.
Or you might want to turn off the game and just
listen.
And just tune into us, because right now, if it keeps going like this, I'm going to lose my shit.
I don't like it at all.
Me neither. Yeah, they need to get it together on defense. In those first 2 games, I was not understanding why they didn't go zone more, because to defend the perimeter, because the Pacers are just not missing from the outside at all. It's insane. I mean, that last game, they were just hitting threes just at will. They're winning by 40 points. So I'm like, oh, just kick us while we're down, please.
I know. There have been a couple games in the series where the tide is completely shifted. I mean, it's the Pacers are nailing absolutely.
They're unstoppable, like completely unfreaking stoppable. It's insane. Like they're hitting from everywhere. Yeah. I can't even explain it. You remember that old video game NBA Jam when he's on fire and the basket, the ball is on fire, the net's on fire. It was crazy. There was the last couple games, they just caught fire and they were unstoppable. And I'm hoping that sways the Cavs way tonight.
Well, that the Pacers and the Cavs played on my birthday when I was there, and I was there obviously. And at the end, we were waiting in the back. We met Halliburton and Miles Turner, and yeah, I took a picture of Halliburton. I was like, Halliburton, whatever. Right? Boo. So, but they do have those moments where they're nailing absolutely everything and we're hitting absolutely nothing. And why is that?
You know what drives me nuts is sometimes when Mitchell goes absolutely completely cold. He misses everything. Layups, putback, free throws, 3-pointers, you name it. It's like nothing would fall for him at times. And I'm just like, what is going on? In the past few games, just nothing has been going right for the Cavaliers. And I mean, the rotation isn't right. It's just off. And sadly, I feel like the Cavs are peaked at the wrong time. You know how what I was saying, I've said a few times during the season, you get towards the end of the season or just that sweet spot towards the end of the season or within the playoffs where your team actually peaks. And it seems as though the Pacers are actually peaking at the perfect time.
At the time
the time that we don't need. We don't need it.
Yeah, we don't need to. And I think, when we know I love Max Strus, but when when he's on it, it's so good.
He's unstoppable too. He's a streak shooter for sure. Because when he's on, but when he's off, he's off. He's off.
And I don't know, like I said, I watched just the first 35, 40 minutes before I had to, come down here and I had to walk away from it. And he seemed okay. Is Hayden here?
Yeah. We have a special guest, everybody.
Our special guest is here, and we're going to I'll do a quick little intro of Hayden real quick before we bring him on because I know he's at the game.
Yes.
But we all know Hayden, Cleveland's own Hayden Grove. He is, he's a sports reporter for Cleveland.com. He is an instructor at Cycle Bar. But most recently, he spent his 32nd birthday making his debut on The Voice, and all of Cleveland is oh so proud of the very talented and handsome Hayden Grove.
Let's bring him on.
Hey!
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm here at the game as I mentioned. So, as you mentioned. So, just kind of last minute thing that happened, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So, I'm trying to talk outside of my section here.
We truly appreciate you for taking the time, and we're so excited to have you. And it is so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
You're
welcome. It just so happened that it's halftime right now too, so it's kind of good.
It's perfect.
Good. We'll dive right into everything so we don't keep you, wait too long. You can get in there and enjoy it. So first of all, though, how is it there right now? What's the feeling in there right now?
Yeah, I mean, the feeling was really good to start, right? Like they had a great start, and then obviously things kind of didn't go well in the second quarter, but I think the vibe is still good. The mood still look good. So fans are kind of, getting ready to root them on for the second half, and hopefully they can pull it out.
Good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So good. Oh my gosh.
It's nerve-wracking.
So. We have, this is a must win. We have to win.
Oh yeah, so
they must. It's a must. But we want to dive into, our main topic of the evening to get your thoughts, obviously. Before we get into your story, because we'd like to hear kind of what you went through in a nutshell. But we see I read a lot about men's mental health and men who feel like I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not going to go to be seen because no one takes me seriously. Right. Yeah. So do you, how do you feel about that? Do you feel that that's more common than we know? And what can family members and friends do to pay special attention to men's mental health?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I appreciate you bringing it up because I totally think you're right. Men definitely deal with demons. We definitely deal with all kinds of things. I mean, not only, depression, anxiety, but just all kinds of mental health. It doesn't discriminate. Mental health or mental illness doesn't discriminate between genders. It doesn't discriminate between, ethnicities. It doesn't discriminate between, your financial background. So it's just a matter of men finding a place where they're comfortable, where they're safe. And I think that the goal that I have is to continue to, make mental health and mental illness okay, to talk about when it comes to men. What can friends and family do? Just be encouraging. Say, hey, there's nothing wrong with having trouble. There's nothing wrong with not feeling yourself. There's nothing wrong with. It's just like any other disease. We don't talk about. We don't talk about. Oh well, if this person this man has diabetes, that makes him weak. No, it's just. It's like any other disease. So it's really hard to kind of put a finger on it. But I think just being open and being encouraging that, hey, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay for men to have, struggles too. It's the same as anybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your personal struggles.
Yeah, I will. So when I was a senior in high school, I'll try to keep it somewhat brief because it can get long. But when I was a senior in high school, I started really having these really bad episodes in which I would just, feel like I was inside of a really dark cloud. And I would feel like I was, just not in a good spot. So, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. People coming about. Yeah. So basically I was just crying all the time. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Was just worrying about everything. And I just really, again, it kind of goes back to feeling like I was in a dark cloud and I couldn't get out of it. It was just like ruminating in my mind. So, my parents saw that I was struggling and not myself. And, luckily they were able to get me to to a psychiatrist who told me, hey, you know what you're dealing with isn't uncommon. It's depression, it's anxiety, and it's obsessive compulsive disorder. And you know, that was a relief because I felt like I was going crazy and I felt like there was no hope for me. So the fact that, you know, there was an easy diagnosis and there were easy ways to deal with this was such a relief. But further along, you know, started to get better and then got to college at Ohio State and, you know, really got into class and got into work and was just in a really stressful environment, to be honest with you. And was trying to simultaneously keep myself healthy and kind of spiraled down into this obsessive compulsive based eating disorder, which, you know, in which I was counting calories to where I was eating very, very little per day. And I was working out all the time. And, you know, by the time I, you know, got home for winter break from my junior year or sophomore year, I can't remember which one. But I mean, I'm 6'3" and I was 59 pounds. And my parents my parents were very, very upset, freaked out. And we went to the doctor and they said, you have anxiety or you have anorexia based on your base that comes from your obsessive compulsive. So just having that diagnosis and knowing these things, knowing what I need to do to keep myself in a mentally good space has been huge for the last 10 or so years. And I'm lucky enough today to feel like I have a good handle on things. Yes, I have bad days. But now my goal is to make sure that nobody else feels the way I felt, that nobody else has to go through that. You know, to feel like you have no one to turn to feel like you have nowhere to go, to feel like you have, you know, you're alone and you're out of luck, basically, that this is going to consume your life. So I don't want anybody else to feel that way. And that's kind of why I've taken on the role, or I've taken on, you know, an advocacy for mental health. I'm now working with different organizations that deal with mental health and just really trying to help as many people as I can. I'm not a professional, so it'll never be my job to diagnose, or that'll be my job to tell people what they need to do. But just to have an advocacy for being open, being vulnerable, being out and upfront about it, and knowing that, hey, you know what, if you're not feeling okay, that's okay. There are places to go. There are things that you can do to feel better.
Right.
So I was going to say that is so admirable that you do that. The most important thing that you did point out is that you had family that to support you. And that is so important when you have family that is understanding, that gets you the help that you need. And I also love how you are advocating, because not everybody has that support system.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that my parents, you know, kind of saw that I was struggling and they were trying to find answers along with me, because I didn't know what the answer was. I didn't know why it was happening to me. So they, you know, they love me and they support me and they just wanted to see me get back to being me, which, you know, obviously I think my mom actually didn't have as good of an idea of what was going on. She was kind of in the same camp of like, oh, just, you know, suck it up, you know, bootstraps, all that good stuff. And then when she kind of learned that, hey, this is more than just, you know, getting yourself in a better place by, you know, exercising or whatever, you know, we've all heard the cliches like, you know, go outside, get some sun, all that stuff. Like sometimes that's not enough. So she, you know, learned along with myself and, you know, that it's more than that. And there are ways to combat it. And, you know, just very lucky that I have them, and not a lot of people have that support. And I feel because I'm blessed with that support, I need to help others and give them that support as well.
No, that's so important. And, you know, like when I initially reached out to you, you know, your story, anyone's story can click with someone, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have that support somewhere, but they hear your story and go, he went through it. He got to the other side, or he's getting to the other side, right? And that gives somebody hope, right? So
that's the goal.
Right. And do you, not to be too personal, but I mean, obviously, do you take medications regularly?
Yeah, I do. I do take a medication regularly. And sometimes that can be I mean, I've actually spoken with a lot of people recently where that's, you know, for me, it's what I need to do. It's it's the way in which I feel my best and the way my doctors have told me. But again, that's for doctors to figure out. That's for, you know, your own situation, if that's the best for you. But my specific situation and what you know, my biology and my chemistry, it's what makes sense for me. But I'm not, you know, that's for another doctor to prescribe or another person to talk about. But again, I think it's the same as anything. You know, you take medication for any other litany of of ailments. Why wouldn't you, if it's right for you and if it's going to work for you, there should be no stigma around taking a medication to make yourself to be able to function.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you said that. I think that's very important. And I think a lot of people too, they get into that stigma, they get in their heads, they quit taking their medication, which is dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's what happened to me. I when I was in college, I thought, oh, okay, I'm feeling better. Like I'm doing better. I don't need this anymore. And that's when I kind of fell into my obsessive compulsiveness, and then I fell into my eating disorder. So it kind of manifested itself in a different way for me than it did when I was in high school. But it was a great reminder that, hey, you know what? If that's the cost of feeling like I'm myself again, then that's so be it. So I totally understand that there's a stigma. I totally understand that there's there's this, and we need to get rid of it. But I understand there's a stigma. But at the end of the day, I think it's so important to do whatever it takes to be your best self, to feel your best self, so that you can do the things you love to do and enjoy life.
Absolutely. Quick story, and most people know my story, but my stepdad was a physician. He was manic depressive. He went off of his medication.
Yep.
And then he committed suicide.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
So I'm with you in the whole camp of, I think it's so important to listen to what your physician tells you to do and to be honest with them about how you're feeling on the medication. If you don't feel right on that medication, if it makes you extra nauseous or whatever, be honest. There's other options out there to try, rather than just throwing in the towel and not taking it anymore, because that can be very dangerous to stop doing.
Right. There are a lot of different medications. Also, again, if medication isn't necessarily the thing, then there's therapy, then there's, all kinds of different things. But speaking with your physician is very important. And I agree. I completely agree with you. Whatever the specific, thing that you're dealing with, be specific, be honest, be upfront. That's between you and your doctor. You don't have to necessarily have anybody else in that room with you, but it's between you and your doctor, and they're there to help you. They're gonna try to help you. I promise.
Absolutely. Couple more questions, and we'll, obviously, I know you'll get you back into the game.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
But so another area to talk about too, physical, like there are physical symptoms to mental health that some people, you have to be careful. There's that chest pain and whatnot. I mean, you could be having an actual heart attack, or is it anxiety? I mean, what type of physical symptoms were you having besides the mental symptoms?
Admittedly, again, that's for a doctor to say. I'm not, I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly, what, I don't know exactly what, specific symptoms people feel. But yeah, I mean, the thing you pointed right there, I mean, there are all kinds of physical ailments that can come from mental health, struggles. And if you're feeling those, definitely go to a physician, find a doctor. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so I don't know about the, full chest pains, heart attack, which is which. But again, it's just about being upfront and being honest with yourself and with your doctor. If you're having a chest pain and maybe you think it's related to your anxiety, then a doctor is a great place to go. And if you're having a chest pain and you don't think it's related to anxiety, a doctor is a great place to go. So I know
it's always a great place to go.
It is. I mean, my dad is a physician, and he tells me all the time that when I'm talking about mental health, it's very important that I don't prescribe and I don't, diagnose, and I don't, talk about specific things, because I'm not that. And people need to go see, their specific individual doctors. So yes, if you have physical symptoms and lethargy or whatever, then that's all part of the game. Go see a physician.
Yep, for sure. Absolutely.
I think the thing that I want to talk about and that I need to talk about is that it's okay to see a physician. Like that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to tell you what the physician's going to tell you. I'm here to tell you that it's okay to see a physician, and that it's just like anything else. Would you see a physician for a broken arm? Yeah. Why wouldn't you see a physician for a broken brain? I mean, it sounds funny, but it's honest.
No, it's the absolute truth. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's no shame in it. Go to someone that you love and trust and talk to them as well. I mean, there's you know, and you and I are both in the, you know, fitness world, both being instructors. And, you know, how has that helped you feel?
That's a great question. Yeah, I think that a lot of times, I think that actually physical health can help your mental health. When you're moving, what's up, brother? How are you? I'm on a podcast right now, but I love you. Be
Hi,
good.
brother.
Sorry, dude. Hey, tell your dad to say hello. Yeah, sorry. That's one of my good buddies.
Oh no, talk away. We don't.
No, it's okay. What was I saying? Yeah. So like that was part of it that when I found that I was no longer punishing myself physically in terms of working out or whatever, then my mental got better because I was enjoying my workouts and they were helping me. Like the endorphins were helping me. The feeling better physically helped my mental state immensely. So I think it's hugely important to pair the two together. I think that mental health. That's that's a large reason why I work out, is because it helps me mentally to move my body, to be healthy, to do all kinds of activities.
And for me personally, when I walk into that room, when I go to teach a class, there's all my friends, everybody's smiling, everybody's laughing, the music gets loud, and it's just like, this is my happy hour, right?
I am such a proponent, obviously being a cycle bar instructor, I am such a proponent of group fitness because it's the energy in the room.
Yes.
It's a no judgment zone, and if it is a judgment zone, then that needs to be fixed by whatever but we at Cycle Bar, judgment-free zone, so you can feel like you're being yourself. You can feel like you're enjoying yourself to the best of your abilities. So I think the group fitness really, really helps your mental health, even maybe more so than just individual fitness.
Absolutely. You're with like-minded people. They encourage you to come. They see if you're going to show up, what class you're going to, and I love it. I love it. I think it's been my savior for sure.
I thank you. So blessed to have the opportunity to teach group fitness and even just to go into group fitness. It's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. Well, we will let you go back into the game. Lysandra, you and I can stay on and talk about a couple other things, but anything else for us? Now, where are you going to be so we can sing?
Any new music coming out soon?
Yes. So I am working on, I've written a couple songs with a couple friends of mine. Just got to get in the studio and get those done. So hopefully by the end of the year, maybe the end of the summer. I'm not going to put a time limit on it, but definitely you can go to haydenfrankgrove.com/events, and that is my schedule. I am booked until January, so I'm all over Northeast Ohio. Come check out our shows. East side, west side, north side, south side, wherever. I'm there. So haydenfrankgrove.com/events, and you can follow me at H_Grove on social media. I post a lot about my singing, obviously, but I do a lot of other things. Post about mental health, post about Cycle Bar and all that stuff. So I'm always just trying to, like I said, I appreciate the platform that you guys are giving to tell my story. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you too. I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to tell my story because, like you said, it's not my job to diagnose. It's not my job to tell you what to do. It is my job to say that it's okay to see somebody, to talk to somebody. So I encourage you out there, if you're dealing with somebody who's maybe struggling, be open, be kind, be vulnerable. It's going to help them more than you know. So even if you're kind of questioning how to support, just be there. Just be there. It's not always like, hey, talk to me. Like, hey, if you want to talk to me, I'm here. Sometimes it's just that simple. I love you. I'm here for you. Let me know what you need.
Right. Yeah, that's so important. So important. Yeah. Well, we are here for you if you ever need us.
And I am here for you. Likewise.
Of course. Of course. And I will come out to see you soon. And I definitely want to take a cycle class for sure.
Oh, definitely. Come on out.
I will. Okay. Have
Go
fun.
Cavs.
Go Cavs.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna help a lot of people by doing this, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. We hope.
Thank you, Hayden.
God bless you guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
You
too.
Bye. Okay. Oh, it's so great. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love him to pieces. Anyway, so kind of going along. I didn't want to keep him too long with,
Well, yeah, considering that he's in a game, but I was going to say we could talk about those physical symptoms because I mean, we have
Yes,
our
we could
own
go through that
stories to
too.
share.
And I also wanted to say before we get into that, because he said something that kind of went into my brain, and I thought,
Yeah.
well, when he goes, I'll talk about it. So, we're all on, well, mostly we all converse a lot of our, viewers through X.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of things on there. And, when you're talking about, kind of like he said, we all need to be supportive to each other and kind and nice and whatever.
Yeah.
And there are times that I see people on there say things to others because maybe they disagree on a topic or whatnot. And it's like, you should kill yourself or whatever else. And I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot believe someone would type that to another human being, because you know what? You don't know who you're typing that to.
Yeah.
You could be typing that to that person who's actually been considering that.
Absolutely.
And you just said that to them? Someone said that ironically, to Max Struess the other day. On someone, typed that you should just kill yourself, Max Struess. Your mom probably hates you. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I know those guys are used to that kind of thing, and they don't even pay attention. He's not even on X, and neither is his mom. But I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, come on now. But some people say that to just anyone.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand how people just can't be kind or understanding, or just put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Right. Just keep
for
scrolling.
A moment.
Just keep
or
scrolling.
If you don't agree, again, just keep scrolling.
Right.
I mean, you've noticed a couple times I've stepped away from X for a week or so, or several weeks, because it's just overwhelming, some of the things that are said on social media. But then there are good things about it, because I've met you and all the ladies on the Bougie Squad, and I've met some amazing people on here. And, if you are able to block that noise out and actually find people to truly connect with, it is truly fulfilling. I have met so many people, and now I can't wait to meet a bunch of these people in person when we get to do our events and all of that.
So excited.
I can't wait.
For it.
Yeah, I am very excited, and I'll be going to the softball game with you.
That's right. I'm so excited. Yep.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so we will we'll move on into our onto our slides here too, that we have to share with you guys. Just to bring some awareness for you with some of the signs of anxiety here. It's hard for me to see. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because it's easier for me to see on my phone. I had it up here. So obviously, kind of like Hayden was saying, and myself, a lot of I work in healthcare, and still I asked our providers, like I did last year before our last podcast, what do you see the most of from a mental health perspective? Anxiety, depression, still the top two. And I'm just so happy that people are going to be seen for that, like Hayden said. Some of the physical symptoms, you see them all there, stomach ache, change in appetite, just some things, changing your sleep habits. Again, I know a lot of people who have anxiety and panic attacks where they have the racing heart or they have chest pain. And sometimes that can be cardiac. So pay attention to your body, what's normal and what's not normal for your body. Mentally, from an anxiety perspective, it can, mess with your concentration, your forgetfulness, obsessive thoughts, kind of like he was saying, because you become obsessed with something, then reoccurring thoughts. I'm just kind of skipping around through here, not reading through every one. Emotionally, you feel lonely, overwhelmed. Those are very big. Struggle enjoying life. So far, knock on wood, I haven't suffered with anxiety, but I know a lot of people who have, and medication, and some people don't want to hear that word, has saved them. So do what's best for you, right? And then
I'm dealing with all of these things right now with my move.
You know what? You're right. Situational anxiety.
Situational anxiety. This is absolutely killing me. When I am stressed out, I don't eat. I've probably lost a little over 10 pounds. I get nauseous when I'm super anxious. It's like just the thought of completely uprooting, and you just want to, as a mom, you just want to make sure that you're making the right choice for your family, and all those things take a toll on you. And then what it does is sometimes it carries over to work. I find a couple times where I've forgotten to, finish a task, or you're constantly overthinking, did I make, like I just said, am I making the right choice? Or for the longest time, struggled to even make the decision to move because you're like stuck, and sometimes anxiety can really make you feel like you're just stuck. So
it recognizing that, and the
emotional
fact that
part
you is amazing that you recognize that though in yourself.
Yeah, I could tell you that. And then it takes a toll on me emotionally. I have difficulty saying no or saying that I need help. And I probably need a ton of help right now. I'm trying to, run a household and get everything situated and packed and sent to Goodwill and all that other stuff. And it's definitely hard, but it definitely helps when you have friends like you and the ladies and everybody where I could, I have that support system. And the one great thing about our move, and not many people can say this when they're doing a move across country, is I'm moving into a support system. A lot of my friends and family are already there. And so it's going to be one of those things where I feel like it's going to be a very natural transition. So, yeah.
All happiness in the end, girl.
Yeah, I got to keep telling myself these things so that it can, it can relieve these signs of anxiety.
Yep. A couple more weeks of some stressful times, but you'll get there, and then it'll be,
Yep. We'll be tailgating in no time.
Summer of fun coming up, girl.
Yep. Bougie summer.
Yeah, hot girl summer. And next, we have our some signs and symptoms of depression. So the other, other demon that seems to be hitting many. And, obviously feeling persistent feeling of sadness. I know a lot of people say that they used to, let's say like for me, I love to exercise. So for me to have no drive to do that could be a sign of depression for me, right? When you lose interest in hobbies and things that were big for you, trouble sleeping or oversleeping, people that oversleep. Again, not thinking clearly. Sometimes these anxiety and depression symptoms are almost the same. Being frustrated, physical aches and pains as well with depression. So all kinds of different things there that, again, like Hayden said, we're not doctors on here, but I work for them and I watch them on General Hospital. But you can, there are some great ones out there, and any PCP can refer you over to a good mental health provider as well. So
yes,
but yeah, I have, and I do have something exciting come up, and Lysandra, you're going to be here for this too.
Yay! Tell me more.
So I work for Pioneer Physicians Network, and we are a group of internal medicine, primary care physician offices through Northeast Ohio, Summit, Stark, Medina County right now. And, my physicians feel very strongly about mental health as well. And we are doing, for 2 weeks in July, the last 2 weeks of July, we are doing a virtual walk or run 5K the last 2 weeks of July. And I will have the link up here soon, but we will be donating proceeds to, and this should be no surprise, the Max Drews Family Foundation, because some of the proceeds or what they work hard for are mental health resources in Northeast Ohio. So that money is going to go back into the community. They're going to resource it out into the community. So super excited for that. So I know you can walk it or run it at your leisure over those last 2 weeks, the week of the 20th and the 27th, I believe. Anytime you could get together, group, we could all get together and do ours together. That would be fantastic. We could get a large group of people together. We could all meet somewhere in Cleveland, you guys. And I'm happy to do this thing multiple times. I don't need to do it once. Yeah. I'll run or walk with any of you. Honestly, we'll just put on our little watches until we get to 3.1 and Stop. But it's all for a good cause and all for
I'm all for a good cause.
yes, mental health awareness. And maybe we can go have a drink or lunch or something or dinner or whatever after. So
I'm down.
that is coming up in July. So I will have a link to that. I'll post it as soon as we have it. We're building the website right now. But how are the Cavs doing? So let's circle back on the Cavs. We have just a few minutes left to go here.
Oh, goodness. Let's see, because they are in a commercial, but it looks like we have, the Pacers have taken a 1-point lead.
Okay, I'm not scared of that.
7 minutes left in the third quarter.
Okay. Cavs down. Okay, thank you, John. I appreciate you looking out for us there. So
I wanted to throw this shout out from the Herb and Raj podcast.
I love you guys. Hi.
Yeah. I saw that come up. I didn't want to interrupt anything that we were saying, but I had to show the shout out because I love getting love. I love that we are able to make a positive impact. So
yes,
good feeling.
Love. Yeah.
We love love.
We do. And okay, well,
I'm waiting for this commercial to come up because I want to see some action here. This is killing me.
I know. I have to go in the room to watch it because I can't watch it in the room I'm in right now.
They're coming back. We got a shot of beautiful downtown Cleveland. I can't wait to get back.
I know. Is that so great? Have you been watching any of the, and I know it's early on, I know we're going to kind of shift gears from the Cavs here for these last few minutes, but have you been watching any of this rookie mini camp stuff for the Browns?
I haven't, but I would love to maybe make it out to some mini camps or some, scrimmages or anything while summertime is here. So, yeah. But I haven't been keeping track. I've heard some good things about the young quarterbacks though. And, I'm interested to see where the quarterback situation goes with us. What do you think?
From what I'm seeing, a lot of people are really complimenting Gabriel.
Yes, I am hearing that.
And so that's exciting. And some of the videos, and Shador as well. He's had some really great passes. I mean, Kevin caught a good one from the other day. You saw Kevin was catching.
And I did see that Shador is already trying to make a positive impact in the community. So that is a big plus.
Yeah, I can't remember what school it is right now, and I don't want to misspeak, but from what I understand, from what I read of the story, some kids reached out to him and said, will you come out and, practice with us? And he did. He actually went out there, and I think that's phenomenal. I mean, that's the way you win this town over.
Yes.
You have to get involved. That's where that other quarterback we have still failed.
Yeah. It was the things that he did were kind of disingenuous, and it just seems more like it was planned and staged.
All about me.
Yes. And it's very different from the other players in the community. It just didn't rub the community the right way. And I feel like if you rub the community the wrong way, you're immediately going to Browns fans are like, man, we see through your bullshit, dude.
Yeah. We're not going to support you when you're not doing well on the field or whatnot. Right. I mean, we're just not.
Yeah.
So, it's so great to see him doing that. And I'm sure the other ones will too. Mason Graham was doing very well as well. He got sick the first day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he just went a little too hard. I mean, Kevin was like, I think he had too many wings.
Oh yeah, I heard he was at Buffalo Wild Wings with Stipe Miocic in Brooklyn. Yeah, I saw that in the news. I was like, oh, that would have been awesome if I would have fangirled out if I saw Stipe.
That's right. James says mental health awareness month should be during the NFL season for us. We can bring it back. We'll do another mental health episode in the rest of Brown season. So
we might need one if the Cavs get knocked out. We might have to have a bougie sports therapy session for this if this continues, because the Pacers are up by 3 with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Okay. I think we're going to need to jump off here soon and go watch and concentrate. So I'm going to get moving along. But before we jump off, lots of things. Obviously, you'll want to go to Bougie Sports on YouTube to subscribe and follow us there, and on X at Bougie Sports Squad.
Yes.
And the Real SquadPod. And then all of our, we've got our handles there if you don't follow us on there. I mean, why don't you? And anyways, I mean, that would just be stupid to not do it.
Yes.
And if you do need any form of direction for mental health resources, reach out to anybody. We will find something for you and try to help you or talk to you and talk to somebody, friends, family members, someone you trust and love that will listen to you openly. Your physician is always there for you. If you don't have a good one, reach out. We'll help you with that as well.
There are a lot of different resources in the community as well.
Yes. Yeah. You're so right. All kinds of great resources. And a lot of times, some of you may not know this is the HR in me coming out. A lot of your companies have an employee assistance program.
Yes.
And embedded in that program are counseling visits, and they're typically free. And some of them are even just over the phone. So look into that as well. Utilize all those resources and, join us in July for a fun 5K.
Can't wait to see you.
I know. And the next time we do a podcast, Lysandra will be here.
I believe so. Will it be like in person?
I think we should. I think we owe it to ourselves. So we won't be the first. I can tell you right now, we won't be the first Tuesday in June.
Correct. Because I'll be flying in, I think, that first Tuesday, actually.
Right. So it will be sometime in June. Just keep your eyes peeled, and we will definitely do our best to do that actually in person, because that would be really awesome.
It'll be a fun time.
That will be. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. I can't wait.
Yes.
Okay.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. Go Cavs. Go Guardians. Eventually go Browns.
Eventually.
Eventually.
I know.
And take care of yourselves. We love you all. We're happy that you're here. And good night.
Have a great night. See you next time.